Hi guys, and welcome back to Fish Johnny. So everything has finally arrived. The tube that actually holds the UV light within the unit has arrived, and the fifth UV bulb, 55 watt UV bulb, has arrived, and these little T8 things, which apparently, that's probably a really weird view of it, but these apparently are quite easy. When I've watched the Evolution Aqua video, they look quite easy to fit. So you just cut off the cable, strip back the wire a little bit, poke it through, tighten it up, and you're off. Because with the water getting into the unit of the UV unit, it will have got into the plugs, so they will have eroded. That's what Evolution Aqua said. So with all the problems that I've had with this UV system over the past month, I have literally just going to make sure everything is pretty much brand new bar in the unit, to try and get it all up, rocking and rolling, so we can get back round to filling this Tempest up. So then in the next videos, we'll be able to show the actual true effect of how the Tempest is polishing the water with the UV bulb as well. Because as you can see there, I'm going to lift you up, the water clarity, there is fish under there. The water clarity is not great, so I am dying to get this back on. Right, so that said, now I best climb into the back there, back to Johnny in the jungle, and get into that area, get them stripped off, get them T8s on, get that pipe in, get it all, get them grommets on the end, get it all sealed, and fingers crossed this will be the last time I have to touch this bloody UV unit this year, because it is driving me mad. In fact, there you go, that's the water clarity at the minute. Big Fred and Jagger just come up there just to show you what the water clarity is like at the minute. So I'm just going to pop round my head round the back and see what we can do. It's nice little white to put some laundry out, but hey ho, electric's gone up on it. Okay guys, so it's Johnny back in the jungle. Hopefully for the last time this year, but you never know. There's quite a few things out of shot, so if I can show you there, this is how I have kept this dry. So because I don't want any more water getting into this unit at all, I've kept it dry like that. So on the Evolution Aqua videos, it shows the way to change this over is you unclip that there, cut this little black bag tie, strip these wires, cut these wires, and just feed them in to the little things here, which is exactly the same as that. It's poking through there, so hopefully, fingers crossed, that's what will happen, because they do look a little bit damaged. So first things first, let's cut this bag tie off. Bag tie successfully cut off. Then after I cut the bag tie, I want to cut the wires. Snip, snip. That's the old one. So if I can just do an example of that. That's the older one, you can see there, and this is the newer one. So if I just put them side by side, you can see they do look like this one. The old one is burnt. So possibly a great call there from Evolution Aqua. So now I'm going to cut these, or release the wires. Okay guys, so now I've stripped the wire. That's what you should be left with. That little like strips of bare wire, and I've turned them all the way around to make them nice and tight. I've seen that done before. And then basically this one has got it pushed in the bottom of those little gaps there. So it says on the video that you just push it in, you don't have to tighten it or anything, you just push it in and it tightens itself. So let's find out. Pushing it in, pops into place there. Yeah, that's nice. So you just push it right in. So when you push these in, you'll find that they are really difficult. Well, not really difficult, because I pull them immensely, but they are difficult to remove. So just by giving it a simple tug on it, I'm able to see that it's located in place. That's quite cool. So there you go, that's the first one, hopefully attached perfectly well, and I'm just going to do the other one. I'm not going to show you that because it's completely out of shot, but I'm going to do that. Okay guys, so the next part, now I've connected those all successfully, is the inner blast chamber thing. So it's arrived, taking it out of the bag now. There we go. This is the inner chamber. So this is what broke on one of them, so we've got to be careful getting it back in. I'm hoping this goes in super easy. So there we go, just feed it in, nice and easy to be honest. I proper overthought that, thought it might be hard. It's not, there's obviously something inside it that makes it a bit better. Otherwise, well there you go. Top tip when sliding this in is slide it all in, and then you just got to pop your finger in the hole at the end and then just lift it up and pull it out. And when you do, a load of water will come pouring out. It's now got to dry everything off again. Hi guys, so I just ran into a bit of a random problem there, which was when I was pushing this through, because the new Evo45 doesn't have a drain at the bottom to let all the water out, so without disassembling everything that's here to get it in, it's still got water in a little bit. So when you push the tube in, it's containing water, just grabbing a little bit of it as it goes, and I want zero water in there. It's only a little bit, so if you hold the tube vertical you won't get any, but I keep getting little bits. So what I've done is I've cleaned it all out. I put some of my son's socks in there either side, so little tiny bits of water, it'll grab it, I'll remove them, and the main tube will stay dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it in from the front here. There we go, she's slid in perfect. And do you know what? I think it's paid dividends, because the sock is a little tiny bit wet. Now if that water would have got into that tube, I'd be there trying to dry it out for ages again, which as you know is a nightmare. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave them socks in for a second, just in case it slips out of place when I put these rubber bungs on. So pop these rubbers on the end, or grommets or whatever they're called, these things on the end of the tube, they're on, so it should help hold it in place. So we'll remove the sock, little sock one, it's bone dry in there, I can feel, bone dry. So now the UV bulb, the 5th one of the year. I'm going to take it out and I'm going to follow my man's instructions, Koi Pond Lifestyle, the awesome dude. He doesn't touch his, so I won't be touching mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed part of it out like that, get it going into the chamber, and then give it its final push there. So off we go, over bend there, and top, in we go, and just push her in. Did seem quite tight that, to be honest, there at the beginning. I was a bit panicked. So now we've just slid the back off there, and then we should be able to just push it into place, nice and gently into place, with no dramas. Now the other side, everything's the right size. Now we just want to pop this clip on. So this, we hold that end while we push this end in. Bing! It's in. And we'll do the same up here. Bing! That one's in. So what I'm going to do first is the outer chamber, this clear part, that does the actual water tightening of the unit. So I'm going to screw that in first. It says online on Evolution Aqua's thing, hand tighten it. Don't like mechanically tighten it, I think, because you can over tighten these things. So I just give it a nice little, nicely tight. Check we've got the rubber bungs in. Yep, they're in there. And then just tighten that up. Black part onto the white part. Again, hand tightening only. Which gets a bit tricky because sometimes when you've got over tightened when you tighten one part and the other part starts spinning. Then you want to do the same with the other side. Alright guys, so that's that finished. Just going to open the valves now and hopefully it'll be watertight. No signs of water yet, so that's fantastic news. Okay guys, point to self. When you do start up the UV light that feeds into your Tempest and try and start the pump, always open the valves on the Tempest to ensure that the water can flow. So these valves are open, them valves are open, there's a lot of air in the system, but I'm going to go round now, or we're going to go round and start the pump, and hopefully we don't see any water leaking from the UV light Okay guys, I took my head out of the frame here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start her up and get her pumping. Anything? Don't see any water there. Can hear the water gushing around. You can see there at the back the air coming out of the Tempest and this pipe work. That is a lot of air, isn't it? All that's just pumping from all the pipe work. There's obviously when it was been dropped here through the UV down to the top there and through the Tempest. Let's just try and have a little wiggle over. Can you see any water? Nope. And nope. So good. So far so good even. Now the next thing is to plug her in. Okay guys, so now we're going to plug in the actual UV light, which has been the cause of all the problems. So if all the electrics go off, then we've got a problem. And also once I plugged it in, it may not trip out, so I'll put my hand in to make sure that it isn't electrically charged. Okay, nothing's tripped out yet. Let's see whether we've got a light on the UV. Yep, there's a light in there. Yeah, there's a light in there. Okay, so that's good. I'll flip you back down for the electrical test. Okay guys, back at the pond. I'm going to do the electrical test because obviously with my amazing electrics it doesn't trip out. I'm going to see whether this pond electrocutes me. The answer, I'm glad to say, is no. Okay, happy days. Happy days. The UV light is back up. As you can see there, the Tempest has just kicked up. You can see the remaining water bubbles there heading off out. What I'm going to start now is what I wanted to start 2 weeks ago, which is a test of this little piece of equipment. Okay, so I'm going to start from zero. I'm not going to class that first 24-hour drop as one drop. I'll do 24-hour drop in 24 hours tomorrow, and then obviously monitor the water clarity, to which we'll just quickly pop across here, and we can see there it ain't great. Not a fish in sight, can't see any. UV lights back on, Tempest up and bubbling. So fingers crossed that's the last time I have to talk about a UV light all year, because it has been a nightmare. So on to the testing of the Tempest. Let's get this water polished up. Please like and subscribe. I hope you've enjoyed the content and my journey. It's a learning curve, and I hope this helps other people going through, starting out in the kite, hobbyists, to come across problems that are just random, that some people might not share, but Johnny shares them because of the problems that we all encounter from time to time. So good luck with your journey. Please like, please subscribe. Take care.